Greetings, salutations, Charlton66 here once again with another video. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had a good weekend. This Sunday, I attended a small local con here in the area. Didn't get a bunch of stuff, but I did get a few pretty cool additions to my collection. It's a pretty good turnout, about average. For the show. Again, half of the con is comic books and comic book related stuff, and the other half is sports cards. So it was a pretty good collection of folks there. It was a weird talk between the dealers. I heard some dealers speculating on if any Silver Surfer appearances with the Avengers. I don't know what that was about. I didn't inquire. I don't feed into that kind of stuff, but it was a kind of a weird thing for them to be talking about, because this guy was kind of floating around the show about that. I don't know what that entails. To my recollection, I don't recall any Avenger comic books with the Silver Surfer starring in it. I could be wrong. I don't have a lot of Avengers comics, so that was kind of a weird talk. That was the only thing really of discussion at the show. But what I did pick up, I did find a couple of issues of Star Reach, and it has this awesome cover by Jeffrey Jones, later to be Catherine Jones, has Michael Moorcock's Elric in it. Thanks to Howler Mouse, he's turned me on to Elric, so I find things what I can with that character. But it's such a great cover, and the story in it's pretty good as well. I read it. It's a pretty good story, and I love these Star Reach magazines. Again, this is number 6. This number 7 has an awesome Barry Windsor Smith cover, and that's when his signature itself was a work of art. Star Reach number 7. And again, that's his signature there. If you can see it. I don't know if anyone's ever seen his signature like that before, but rumor has it a convention goer back years ago had a T-shirt back in the 70s made with his logo, or he called it a logo, or referred to it as something he needs to get copyrighted, because someone made a T-shirt with that, with his signature in the middle, emblazoned on the T-shirt. And apparently, Barry Smith wasn't very happy about it. So that's a rumor. I don't know how true it is or not, but that's the stories that I've heard. Got House of Mystery 143 with the introduction from Detective Comics with Martian Manhunter, which I'm trying to get out the Martian Manhunter appearances. He's one of my favorite characters. I was able to find this cheap. It's not really that great of a condition, but it's readable. It's complete. Covers attached. That's okay with me. So pretty happy to have this in my collection. And finally found a nice copy, though it's a little dirty. Dolly H for Hero number 160. It's got some little bit of dirt here on the spine, but this is the first Silver Age appearance of Plastic Man. Robbie Reed turns into Plastic Man in this issue, but more importantly, he turns into King Candy, which everyone's favorite superhero with his licorice lariat. But yeah, this is good old Plaz's Silver Age appearance, first Silver Age appearance. Robbie Reed actually turns into Plaz. And this is another issue, almost completed my Justice League America run with the JSA in it. This is number 47 with the awesome head borders. And Justice League America with 137. I thought I had this in my collection, but I've not seen it in a long time. So I went and bought a copy. Captain Marvel fan, and of course, I'm a big fan of the Earth 2 characters. So this is a must-have in my collection. Again, it was issue 137. Nice copy of House of Secrets number 70. Nice Eclipso cover. Another villain slash good guy that I like. Nice colors on the House of Secrets. And I found another copy of this Comics Journal number 53 from 1980, 79, 80. It's winter 1980, but the ads in here are from 79. But if anyone's never seen this issue or don't know anything about it, anyone who knows about Harlan Ellison knows how outspoken that he is, and he slams a lot of people in this interview. I don't think it's justified. I mean, you can read the articles, the interview yourself, but he's pretty hard on a lot of comic book pros. More negativity than positive. I mean, the old adage, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But that's not the way Harlan Ellison does things. I love Harlan Ellison's writing. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of his books. I'm trying to complete a full set of all of his stuff. Phenomenal writer. And again, he gives props to comics, to old comic books, to radio, to pulps. I mean, he'll be the first one to stand out and say how great comic books are, and the pulps, and he says he wouldn't be the writer that he is if it wasn't for old radio shows, comic books, and pulps. And he bought comic books back in the golden age, so he's been around and he knows what he's talking about. Again, these are just personal opinions. So, but anyway, this issue, if you ever see it, pick it up. I mean, just reading the ads and stuff are cool just into itself. But the interview is just it kind of make you kind of feel bad for everybody who talks about it in the interview. But what's striking is some of the ads in here. Iron Man 129, the cover for Iron Man 129 was $90. Right there. $90 for the cover of Iron Man 129. And you've got John Byrne Avengers pages for $40. And you've got Byrne and Layton pages for $55. Just to go show you how different comic book collecting was back then. Can you imagine $90? Even back then, $90 was not a lot of money in 1980. But $90, that to me was still a steal back then. I didn't do the conversion calculator, but I think it's like less than 200 or something if you converted it in today's money, or 300. But you get Thor Simonson page for $25. $25 for a Thor Simonson page. Amazing. But again, this is Comics Journal number 53. If anybody's interested in picking that up. I got a few things from Midtown. Judge Dredd number 9 with variant cover. I'm not into variant covers or incentive covers, but Califury did this one, so I had to pick it up, and I'm a read and collect Judge Dredd, so anything with Califury in it, in the cover, I'm there. I haven't put these in Mylars yet, so. And he did this comic book from Image called Childhood's End. From Malcolm Bourne wrote it, Califury drew it, so I picked that up from Image. And one of the things he did with Gail Simone, his Leaving Megalopolis, second volume of that is called Surviving Megalopolis. And I got it in hardbound. I had some of the individual issues, but some of the issues on the stand weren't near mint. They had kinks in the cover, so I stopped buying issue 3 or issue 4. So Midtown had this for, I think, 40% off. So I was able to get this. It's really dark for my taste. I'm not really into, the heroes turning villains, and but there's a reason behind it. It's not just for the sake of doing it. There's a reason why the heroes turn bad. But there's a lot of, again, it's really dark, and I like my comic books to be light, and but again, you can't have everything. But Cali Fury drew it, so I'm there. I'm gonna support that. That's about it for comic books. But one of the things I'm gonna do too is other than talk about comic books, is other things that I collect on future videos. Yeah, I know Kyle Rowe, his video, he goes over numerous things from records to books to comics to video games, to the different kind of beers he can pick up at the what he call the charity shops that he likes going to. But one of the things I'm going to talk about is something that's just not as important as comic books, but it's up there. Some of the things that I collect. Obviously I've shown some of my Gene Autry stuff and some of my pulps that I have. But next thing I'm going to talk about is, I'll give you a hint. I don't know if y'all can figure this out or not. This is a box set to something that I collect. This is the first volume of the box set. This is the second volume of the box set. Now, these are box sets of a certain record company that I collect, or very interested, very much adamant about their music and how important that it is to not only just musical history, but into pop culture itself. But those two big boxes I showed you are actual box sets of the certain sets of records. It's just a hint. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm already 12 minutes into the video. But it's one of the things I'm going to talk about in an upcoming video, along with comics and everything else. But other things that I find interesting, and hopefully you do too. And I'm hoping and I'm hoping that it broadens someone's horizon on certain types of music and kind of music that's out there. So, in any event, I'm hoping that you guys have a great week, and that's all I have for right now. And I'm lucky I'm off tomorrow, so maybe I'll shoot that video tomorrow about what's in those boxes and those crates. Again, this is the first one. This is the first box set. It's called the Wonder Cabinet, is what it's called. And this is made out of aluminum. And this is the second box set. Now those are actually considered box sets. So it shows you how important this record company is, and what it is for just history and musical history in general. So in any event, again, I hope everyone has a great week, and I've been enjoying everyone's videos. There's been tons and tons of contests and drawings and appreciation, and again, I just don't have time. I wish I did to make time for all the videos, but it doesn't mean I'm not watching the videos or commenting, and wishing everyone the best with their 100 subscription contests and their 200 and 300 and so forth. I support as long as I can watch and view them and get to the computer. I'm watching videos and supporting who I can and when I can. So hope everyone has a good week, and I'll talk to you guys later.